But there's some stuff where I'm like, I don't know if I entirely agree. Are you thinking about the better of the end consumer, or are you thinking of selling to them?
Hi guys, it's really dark now, but it wasn't this dark when we started. We've actually been talking nonsense for over an hour, and here we are. We're doing a video, the long-awaited collaboration that was not really been long-awaited, but it's happening.
No one
now.
asked for.
Yeah, but we asked for,
Yeah.
because you slid into my DMs, and here we are. I've got Maddy and I Fitness, the YouTube superstar, Greg Doucette's best friend here, and we're gonna answer some questions that you've kindly asked, and hopefully you don't hate us. I'll do this. I'm gonna really clammy hands.
You a bit nervous?
Yeah, I am a bit actually. I've not done this before. So my tattoo artist, yeah. You ask me questions on my story, but you don't even follow me on Instagram, okay?
Sweet.
I don't know which one I'm looking at, but that's a problem. We need to address that. So follow me on Instagram, you absolute serpent. You literally tattooed snakes on my arms, and you're snaking me right now. It's a joke. Because best way to grow arms, always being a proper noodle boy. That's for you. You're
Can't relate.
big boy arms.
Can't relate.
You got pretty juicy arms. What's going on? Do bicep flex. Free
The
content.
lighting may not be good.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, excuses.
I also got a jab yesterday, so
Oh,
you
here
know
we
my
go.
arm's really weak.
We need to teach you how to flex.
Yeah, I know. Oh, we can do poses later.
Shall we do some posing
Yeah,
in the gym
yeah, I'm
later?
up for that.
I'm not putting that on.
You can teach me
I'm
how
not
to
putting that on
pose.
YouTube though.
I feel like this is more your area.
Basically, it's literally as simple as high intensity, sufficient volume. Literally, train them twice a week at most, really. Again, it depends on volume, depends on intensity. 3 movements for biceps and triceps over the course of the week, anywhere from 6 to 20 reps. If you don't hit failure, probably reassess what you're doing and do it again. Training doesn't need to be that deep. It's literally, okay, lift heavy, which is obviously relative, strength is relative, well, everyone know that. Eat enough food and progressively overload. So do more each week.
Video ends.
So yeah. Thanks guys, cheers for coming to our TED Talk.
Biggest bit of fitness advice you've ever heard? I think one of my favourite ones, and this is like really big on TikTok, is the idea of you wake up in the morning, you put hot water in a cup with some lemon. Have you seen it before?
No, what?
You basically just get hot water, put a lemon in it,
Yeah.
and it will apparently keep your stomach flat.
I thought this was like a detox thing.
No, literally
Okay.
that's it. And then they're like, you will be thin.
I need to try that.
Yeah,
because
they're
maybe that'll solve all my problems. So basic. Sure,
I think that one's a pretty good one.
I might try that tomorrow, see if
Okay,
it
give
keeps
it
my
a go.
stomach flat. Is it like advice that's like circulating the industry or stuff I've heard personally?
I'd say like in the industry in general. I don't know, I think one for like women in general is if you look at ab workouts.
Yeah.
So there'll be like get abs in 24 hours.
I tried, doesn't work.
And then that will be the workout and people are just in their bedrooms like, why have I not got abs yet? That was me like 3 years ago.
I was going to say that was me last week. Probably the worst thing I've heard, which I mentioned in the video before, was a guy said to me that I'm storing chest fat because I eat chicken thighs over chicken breast. Because I know you're not watching this video, but if you aren't watching this video, you know who you are. Pure Gym. Yeah, you were there. I'm never going to forget that.
Was he not joking?
No, he was a bodybuilder.
Oh, well,
so you know he was a bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not like trying to isolate him to a single demographic of bodybuilding being bros. Something suspicious.
Yeah.
I don't know what the worst bit of fitness advice that's just lingering in the industry. I think one of them is probably like training should change massively depending on gender.
Yeah.
Like women
I
should
did a
lift
video on
heavy
that.
but men should sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think that's quite like a big bit of nonsense that floats around because ultimately it's relative mainly to goals more than anything.
Yeah, that's why I find myself watching more male content because I do often find the female content that is for women is literally just like cardio based. They'll be doing a HIIT. Yeah, it will be home workouts, or be like body weight stuff.
Yeah.
Which is like not for me.
Yeah.
And
because
it
you're
feels
too strong.
Exactly.
And we've already spoken about your body weight.
Yeah, we worked out that you're basically more than 2.
Oh, well over 2.
Doing you 3?
No, I'm probably like just under 2.5.
2.5 times my body weight. I'm gonna bench more than you.
If you do, I'll probably.
No, that would be super
if you bench more than me, I'm retiring from YouTube. This is my last video. I'm done. I'm
fair.
out. Why did you guys start making YouTube videos? After you, big man. Let's go.
So when did I even start? Probably like 6 months ago.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah, okay. Because you didn't submit it, but I'll let you say it.
Yeah, I'm going to say, this is like relevant to this.
Yeah.
Okay, so was your first video the video that went viral? Or did you have videos on your channel before? Yeah, that's it. That's it. Because sorry, I was like, what are you hiding? Are they unlisted or are they private?
They're deleted.
Are they? Oh, so I can't even see them.
So I had one video that I put live, and immediately, I'd say about 2 weeks later, deleted it because I was like, what am I doing?
What was it?
I can't believe
What was it? Go on, expose.
It was a challenge.
Oh no. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, it was it was 1,000 push-ups in a day.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, but like I was honestly dead for probably about a week.
Was you got sore from like someone?
Oh my god, so sore. I literally was just walking around like this. But I uploaded it, and then I was like...
How many views do you get?
Oh, probably like 300.
Is it? That's mad. How many subs do you have at that point?
None.
That's not bad going for
Yeah,
a
true.
video.
So I did that, and it was like a couple of weeks later, I thought of my first video idea, which I think was the Gymshark one.
Is that the one that went big?
No, it got like 40k views, I think.
Was
the one that went big was about female influencers.
That's the one.
So yeah, I uploaded that, then a couple of weeks later I was like, why did I do that? Like, that is clearly just wanting views, and you just want to be like, have an audience, which wasn't really my objective. The reason I started the channel was because I was like, I can't find any female fitness influencers I like.
So you wanted to fill the gap yourself?
Yeah, and I was like, I don't feel like enough people are calling out, and if they are, I feel like people are a bit too polite about it, and then they end up just like not really getting the point across because they're just too scared of getting ripped by someone else.
Yeah, fair.
So I was just like, I'm gonna film some stuff that I believe in,
and then hope for the best.
Yeah, and I didn't. The aim wasn't to like grow a following or anything. I was just curious as to like if anyone else cared.
Hi Greg.
And then like
Greg
did the video, and then Beast did. He's done 2 videos on me now. Ooh. So I was like, oh, maybe people actually agree with me.
Oh, friend.
Which is
nuts.
Why
do you have friends? Why do I have friends? That's rude.
Yeah, have you not had a Greg video yet?
No.
Oh,
Greg,
I thought you would.
Yeah, I don't think Greg loves me.
Well, I guess you were doing like a commentary, so he would be doing a commentary on a commentary.
Yeah, it's a bit
which
fruity.
would be very different. Whereas mine like opinion pieces.
Yeah. See, I used to do a lot of opinion pieces, but then I don't know, I kind of just drifted away from them.
Yeah.
Because I don't really care about my opinion, but then they actually do care about my opinion if I do it based on other things. Oh, it's all over the place.
You probably could now because people trust your opinion.
I bloody hope so. I'm not trying to snake anyone. Do I go? Why did I start YouTube with the boys back in the day, or why did I continue it solo? That's the question, because that's kind of like the rebirth of TFNL.
Yeah. Why did you continue it solo? Because you could have just given up then.
I think like giving up was kind of been lingering in my mind for many moons, unfortunately.
Yeah. How long have you been going?
5 years.
Oh.
And then the Gymshark video we did went boomed.
Oh, you did a Gymshark video?
Yeah, it got like 370k. And that took us from like 400 subs to like 3,500. Then it was like progressively getting better. And I was like, I remember this. I was at the gym. Okay, I was training. I can't remember what I was training. And then the Gymshark video got like 500 views. And I was like, boys. I was like,
we've made it.
Literally.
Where's my plaque?
Then it got 1,000 views, and I lost it. I nearly cried. I was literally. I wrote a draft email to university saying, "Hi John, just want to let you know I'm a YouTube superstar now. I'm not coming back. I wish you all the best in your future endeavours. Peace." Obviously, I didn't send it. The next day, I got 2,000. Then it went to 5,000, and I was like, "Boys, what are we gonna do with the fame? I'm gonna start wearing sunglasses to the supermarket. It's a joke." So we split, and I was kind of like TFNL was always like something I was probably more passionate about.
Yeah.
Like they obviously keen into it, but it was more about it was more my thing.
Yeah.
I like the editing. I like the video production. I like doing all that kind of stuff. What I wanted to achieve from the channel hadn't been achieved yet, and if I gave up, I was just kind of investing time into nothing. So I was like, it's similar to you. I feel there was a massive gap in the market for what I wanted to produce, because a lot of the stuff at the time was dudes selling supplements, dudes doing this, and workouts from loads of influencers. I was like, someone needs to do something about this.
Yeah, also I feel like for you especially, like your content predominantly looking at female workouts.
Yeah.
Which I think when male commenting on is like super interesting. It's just unique. It's I don't know, I just think that's a gap that's covered.
It's tricky. There's always one in the comment section. Actually, that's a lie. The comment sections recently are actually really tame.
Yeah.
But there's always one normally that will pipe up saying, "I hate you, misogynistic pigs," and stuff like that. Or they'll DM me on Instagram saying
that's like you're doing literally the opposite.
I was like, someone actually commented like, "Why are your videos always so negative?" I was like, I actively try and be really positive in my videos because I tried the negative approach. Like back in the day, because when the like opinion based like dramatic videos were doing better in YouTube.
Yeah.
That's when we were as a 3. That's what we were kind of like producing, because it was mainly just banter with like friends. And then when I went solo, I tried to actively make my videos more negative to bring the drama.
Yeah.
But I've really struggled to do it because I'm not really a negative person.
Yeah. I think mine are more negative than yours.
I think yours are fine. Yours are pretty chill because you're not.
Yeah,
I was
but
trying to bash people.
Oh yeah, so I stepped away from that, but I do still like sort of slander people that are doing the stuff like that.
Yeah, but you call people out necessarily, like you don't like just calling them out for banter. Whereas beforehand I was trying to find problems and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I can't really like. Someone even said to me, it's like your videos need to be more negative. I was like, I'm trying, but then eventually I was like, you know what, I can't be asked. It's not me. Like I'm done trying to like produce content that's not who I am.
Yeah.
And then I did a video on Natasha, and then a video of Daisy, and then that went boom, and I was like, oh my god, it works. Yeah. Being me actually is good. Did
you actively choose to cover more female fitness creators, or were you like, you found that there was a bit more bullshit in that?
I think the way I kind of found it was like this, like it doesn't explain to everyone, it just, I think it applies more to certain demographics, is that men push fake natty status and loads of supplements, which usually mask fake natty status, whereas women were pushing like a bit more like fads, trends, and like workouts.
Yeah, I agree.
And ultimately, there's only so much you can really say about supplements and fake natties. Like you're probably on gear, and and protein's not going to make you jacked. Do you know what I mean? Because initially, when I did the Daisy video, obviously, like the videos based on women got a far better response because the audience was always, after the Gymshark video, the audience always lent more towards women. But whenever I did videos on men, the feedback wasn't as good. And like I said, it was kind of repetitive. It's like, oh, okay, we're probably on gear. It's like, okay, we've
covered that already.
Yeah, it's like I felt like I was doing the same thing. I feel quite privileged to be in a position where, like, as a man, I can speak about women. It's not that common to be a dude with a woman-dominant audience.
I think it's cool though.
Yeah, I like it. I'm pretty down to growing up in a house of only women for 21 years.
Probably.
So I was like,
I also feel like your content, you look a lot like, you're quite like emotional person. You speak about emotions, you speak about like mental health and stuff, which a lot of male creators wouldn't. Which predominantly will attract more women because
I think well, it needs to be spoken about. Like I hate toxic masculinity. I hate lad mentality and lad culture. I can't stand it because I see so many people that are like, my best friend's really suffering from mental health. I wish you reached out to me sooner. It's like you probably tried and you were just a bit of an asshole about it. Like toxic masculinity, you say, I wish you reached out sooner. It's like, but if you did reach out, you'd probably take the piss out of him. So it's like, and plus when I was going through big sad, I didn't have that many people to speak about. So we'll speak to. No, there we go. Yeah. Now I speak to a camera.
Yeah, exactly.
And people listen to me. Hi guys, I really appreciate you.
Yeah, now you've got like a community of people that like.
Thanks for being nice. Yeah, thanks for being nice people. Without you, I'd probably be quite sad.
Oh, that's such a sad thing to do.
Don't say that.
What's your history with sport/gym? Were you like a sporty guy?
No, I didn't do any sport at school at all. I used to skateboard. And there's still that video of me. I've got a video of me when I was 15 skateboarding on YouTube. Yeah, no, I did MMA for 3 years and that's about it, really. And then obviously powerlifting and stuff, but at school I did nothing. I did cross-country running.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I'm not surprised by that.
We should run. No, I used to do cross-country. 1500 was like my race as well. And then I used to figure skate.
Yeah, I've seen you flexing your skating.
Yeah, so I just like, I don't know, just like lost that after a while. So I did that from the ages of 8 to 15.
So
that naturally just made me like, I had quite a sporty physique as it was. Like I was pretty petite.
Here she is.
Big glutes from falling on them all the time. And then I only got into the gym properly probably about 2 years ago.
And here you are, a fitness influencer. How much do you hate hearing that?
Yeah, I know, right?
You make me feel a bit awkward, didn't it?
Yeah, I hate the term so much. But I think I got into the gym because I'm like the most competitive person ever. And when you become an adult, you have less opportunities to compete with people.
And now you can.
Like when you're a kid, you're like, in the playground, you've got like in class, in like you can compete against yourself even in like exams and stuff, whereas like when you're an adult you're like, you're doing your job, and I was like, how can I sort of compete? So I started doing the gym and like competing against myself, and I was like, that's how I liked it. That's the only reason I got into it.
Next video, skating.
I'm so up for skating with you.
No, I'm actually really scared. I'm getting anxiety about
it. Imagine the title. What can I call you? Can I call you a powerlifter? Call you a bodybuilder?
You just think you're clickbait.
Figure skater teaches bodybuilder how to ice skate. That'd be sick.
Does that mean I've got to wear like the Speedo?
I don't know what you're talking about. You're wearing literally like tighter leggings than me.
Yeah, I'll wear leggings.
Yeah.
What's the backstory of your friendship? How it all started?
There's no friendship.
The disrespect. I thought we were like that.
So.
Oh, go on. Yeah, let's go.
I think I subbed to you before you subbed to me.
It was like subception. Mm-hmm. So you subbed to me without me knowing you subbed to me.
Should we read our first DM? I replied to your story with a clapping emoji. I remember. I don't know what the story was.
You slid into the DMs.
I did, and then you just be like, "I've just realised it's you." That's how I read that you would message it.
That's how I knew it was you, because you subbed to me and then I subbed to you.
A few people have linked me your videos and I've been watching them. I'm a big fan and love your message. And I went, loser. I didn't.
I was gonna say, you definitely didn't.
And then we just made.
Thank you so much. See, you've been nice.
Oh, we're actually being so nice to each other. What happened?
Like, we're like this.
But no, this is the first time we met.
Yeah, literally, and it's like we've known each other for years. Our first.
I did find that really weird when we had the first phone call and it went on for probably like an hour.
Literally an hour, and you hung up with me 4 times.
I hung up on you.
You hung up on me 4 times. Every time I called you back, you're like, oh my god, you hung up on me. I was like, that definitely wasn't me. Yeah.
No, the reason I liked your videos is because we have very similar messages. Do you know what I found really funny though? So I'm not trying to like throw shade. So I opened up YouTube and you'd done a video that was like about why people lie about being unnatural, and I was like, the little snake. My video just got but I didn't watch it yet. So I was like, that video did not do well. It got about 5,000 views, and I was like, the snake just took my title and got more views than me. And then I clicked it, and it was like, I just want to say thank you to Maddy, and I was like, oh, I'm such a horrible person.
So can we just clarify that if you're watching this right now and you're thinking, wow, who's the nice one here? I'm the nice one. I'm 100% the nice one.
Yeah, maybe.
You're an absolute serpent.
Yeah.
Honestly, so can we just expose you right now?
But you did give me the shout out, so I appreciate it. Have you ever suffered from, I'm going to insert the word on the screen because I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, my pronunciation.
We had to Google this because we actually didn't know what it was.
We knew what it was once we Googled it.
We just didn't know the name of it.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a name for it. In short, it's basically like you stops your period. Which is
due to so many factors. Dieting can cause it.
Mm-hmm.
All sorts. So basically being in a potentially aggressive deficit for a prolonged period of time can result in women losing their periods, unfortunately, which is quite anxiety-provoking, frightening thing.
Yeah, terrifying.
Yeah.
And like, honestly, I've never had that. And I do believe if I did have that, I would really sit down and think, am I actually healthy? Like, at the end of the day, obviously you want to have a great physique. Like, that's why a lot of people go to the gym. You also go to the gym to be healthy. And then you've got to a point where you've just like, you've completely forgotten about that aspect of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I'd definitely be looking at the situation a little bit if that had occurred.
If I were in that position, I'd be sort of...
Funny.
When we're benching, you know, you're going to ask me for a spot. Just see how many reps I do. When you're going to struggle, I'm just going to push it down. But you ever seen Lion King?
Yeah.
Long live the king. I'm just going to actually push a bit of bench down just on you and just leave you there. But I'll put on more plates so it makes it look like you failed.
Okay, yeah, I don't mind that.
On like 5 plates. Yeah, I think I'd be absolutely sweaty. Ultimately, like obviously, if you go to the gym, you've got to work out. Can you identify if a shift has occurred between chasing like health from like an internal perspective to chasing aesthetics to the point where you're now sacrificing health?
Yeah.
Then there's probably something that needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
Especially, it depends what your goals are. Especially if like you're pursuing like competing, that is just probably not very healthy.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say as well though. Like the question came to my Instagram, and I would say that predominantly my audience are women.
Yeah.
And predominantly they're going to the gym as like a hobby.
Yeah.
So if you're like, I don't know, you might be competing, but if you're even if you're doing it as a hobby, if that's happened, then you've maybe taken it to the extreme.
I think realistically, if that's happened, let's say like an example of like potential situation is if you've been in a deficit and you feel like things are moving in the right direction, and you have noticed that has occurred where you have lost your period, ultimately that is you need to reconsider whether the deficit you're in is too aggressive.
Yeah.
Whether you've been in it for too long. Is it worth going up to maintenance for a bit and trying to recalibrate and essentially bring back natural hormonal production? Going to the doctor is probably the first thing I would do, is definitely go to your doctor. Yeah, you need to figure out why it's occurring and what you can do to prevent it, not just now but also going forward, because ultimately, like I said, it's about chasing health from all kind of facets. And if something is limiting your body's ability to function as it would typically, that's a problem.
And I think on that topic as well is I find a lot of women in my DMs being like, I've used a calorie calculator and it's told me that I should eat 1,300 calories a day.
We do.
And I'm like, how the hell are you even like getting through your day on that? And I don't openly talk about my calories, like I just don't.
Yeah,
because I really think it's like, I get women asking me like, how much do you eat? And I'm like, if I tell you that, you're going to start eating like that and
asking
thinking...
you because they want to copy what you're doing.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's the most dangerous thing ever. A, like, I know my genetics are pretty good. And like, no, as in like, I can eat more than... than most girls my size. B, I've like done sport for so long that I can kind of eat quite a bit. And then there are these girls that are like, same size as me, eating like 500 calories less, saying that they're putting on weight. And I'm like, stop, just please stop. It's kind of terrifying.
I think the thing with calories, like, sure, you can use like calorie counters as a really, really, really rough guide. But first of all, if it's sending you something that's obviously too low, suck it off. There is like better formulas you can go based on body weight, which I find to be a bit more accurate. But again, they're such a rough guide. It is so dependent on the person and your genetics, muscle mass, so many factors to consider. And ultimately, like, you need to go through trial and error to find out where you sit with it. Because if you put yourself in an aggressive deficit, you're going to have a really bad time. It's a process. You're not going to suddenly nail like, you know what, this says I should be on 1,500 calories a day. I've nailed it. I've fixed it. I've sorted
Yeah.
it. Like when I was trying to work out my maintenance, it took me months.
Yeah.
Literally months. I was like, well, I'm losing weight. Sick. Still losing weight. Sick. I'm eating a lot of food now. Still losing weight. Sick. I was like, okay, well, this is clearly not a maintenance. Personal space in the gym. How to tell others to back away. PTs and the clients are the worst for it.
I think it's super uncomfortable when someone's in your space, and I work out in quite a small gym.
I've seen it.
Yeah, it's
tiny.
very small. Do you know what was a huge change for me? I used to train in AirPods, and then I got the big headphones, and I was like, oh my god, I never have to speak to anyone. The big headphones like change everything, because like people don't try and talk to you. You kind of feel like a little bit less anxious because you're in your space a bit
pressure
more.
On your head.
Yeah,
that sounds really weird.
Work out the time of day to go that's the quietest if you can.
And to be honest, I think especially in this day and age with how like life has changed over the last like 2 years or so, you are fully entitled to say like, I'm sorry, can I have some space please?
Yeah.
Like if someone is well and truly up in your grill, that's what the kids say. Honestly, I just say, look, do you mind just give me a bit of space please? Because not only is it for just, like I said, personal space, it's also for safety.
Yeah.
Like especially if you're squatting and someone like is actively right behind you, it's just like, can you just not? Because if God forbid you failed, you're getting yeeted, they're getting yeeted, everyone's having a bad time. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. How
much and what kind of cardio do you do?
Can we like...
I mean, you walking up the stairs was cardio, I'm pretty sure. You got up the stairs and you were like...
Okay, first of all, the stairs are very steep. And the hallway thing is very narrow.
There was like 4 steps.
And it's very narrow, so I was like having to breathe in. It was not a good time. I feel like you're exposed me. I'm hurt right now. Don't do as we do. Don't copy us.
I mean, speak for yourself.
You do cardio, don't you? Oh, I see you on your bike. Honestly, if I see you in Cambridge running on your bike, I'm throwing something.
I'm from Cambridge. What do you expect? Everyone cycles.
I'm throwing something at you.
I do like 30 minutes of cardio a day because I'll cycle.
You go first. What cardio other than
cycling?
cycling?
So I'll cycle to the gym and back, which is like a good 30 minutes.
Each way or total?
15 minutes there, 15 minutes back. Overall, that ends up being like 3.5 miles. And then I usually do 1 walk a day as well. Oh, and then I skate like once a week. So that's like a fair amount of cardio. I kind of had to force myself to do it because otherwise I'd drive to the gym and then I wouldn't 100%. Probably walk up. I wouldn't like warm up and stuff. And sounds something like...
Honestly, so basically, it's like we have the same cardio routine. It's actually mad. Like we basically do the same cardio. It's actually wild. It's like you've copied me. Well, cardio I used to do...
Okay, no, that wasn't the question.
Okay. I do no cardio. I walk. I get my steps in. That's about it.
Oh, that's fine then.
On my rest days, I'm meant to go for active recovery walks for about 30 minutes to 60 minutes.
Yeah.
I just walk to the fridge a few more times. It's pretty good.
See, I don't do cardio because I'm like, oh my god, I want to stay lean and all this. I do it because it makes me like, because I'll cycle before going to the gym. It like wakes me up in the morning, and it's quicker to get there. And then I'll do a walk in the middle of the day because otherwise I'm just sat at a laptop the whole time.
Until you get a new car, then you can start driving.
Yeah, no, I'll drive.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I mean, everyone should do cardio.
I actually agree. I think it's definitely important to focus on like getting steps in, which I do, to be fair. If your goal requires more cardio, obviously do more. Getting your steps in is definitely a good start, and I think is for a lot of people can be adequate. This is what we've been waiting for. Do you guys think Greg Doucette is really the positive force in the fitness industry he's said to be? This is a question for you.
So I have actually been a fan of Greg for many months, I'd say. I'd say he probably was like some of the inspiration for me starting the channel.
And now he's a fan of you.
And then he covered my video and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. It's difficult. I think his videos, the aim is to always like be helping people. And I think it's inspired a lot of people. But there's some stuff where I'm like, I don't know if I entirely agree with, like, I don't know what the purpose of this video is. Like, are you thinking about the better of the end consumer, or are you thinking of selling to them?
I like Greg. I like his videos.
I like him.
He's grown on me a lot recently. When I first started watching him like a year and a half ago or something like that, I wasn't really a massive fan, but I think it was mainly like he was very shouty.
Oh yeah, you get used to that. It's fun.
I kind of get used to it. And then he's grown on me a lot since. He has good intentions and he means no harm. And some of the videos he covers, he's actually really like sensitive and careful with topics, which I do really appreciate, especially when it comes to like eating disorders and things. Yeah. I've seen him be really... He
knows that the person he's commenting on is a human,
which
most people forget.
And especially, I think a lot of dudes forget that as well, especially when you are commenting on women. I do respect that, but I do kind of align what you're saying that sometimes it's a bit like we spoke about earlier, a bit more businessy. Yeah,
but at the end of the day, a lot of people when they get to that stage realise how much money can be made from it.
And also YouTube's not going to take you that far. YouTube alone is kind of like it's not going to last forever. You need to think about other ventures. And like that's why like Max Tudor did Ever Forward. Guzman did Alpha League. Like YouTube's only going to take them so far. I think they peaked with their YouTube career. They obviously keep it going.
You've got to sell something off of YouTube because YouTube doesn't like pay enough basically.
Yeah, you build your base and then you branch out.
But I don't think what he's doing is necessarily negative. I don't.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a video that he's done where I've been like, that's gonna hurt the person he's commenting on badly, or this is teaching people the wrong thing. I haven't seen a video yet.
I do think he's a bit hesitant to call out what needs to be called out at times. Like when you spoke about obviously the Tristan Lee
with
thing.
friends, yeah.
Yeah, when as soon as he's got a bit of a relationship with somebody, he's more inclined. I think personal bias may influence his opinion slightly. And when he's saying people are natural, when they're obviously not, or obviously not in my opinion.
Yeah. So he also is a big fan of Nutty Foodie Fitness. Have you seen her before? She was in my video about female fitness influencers, and I basically said like, this woman eats a ridiculous amount of food, like ridiculous amount. Her genetics are incredible.
Yeah.
And I basically said she either isn't eating this food, she is eating it and is throwing it up, or she genuinely has the most ridiculous metabolism.
Gifted metabolism.
Yeah, like you don't know. But Greg's a big fan of her and completely says hands down she eats all that food. That's just how she is.
But the thing is, you can't ever say hands down.
No, even if you're like best friends, even if you live with someone, you can't
don't
tell.
know. But that's what we say like in videos. It's all opinion, and you can never say for certain. Even if I know something is true, I will never definitively state it is, because there's always that 1% it might not be. So I think when anyone says like, I know she's definitely doing this, it's like, yeah, but do you know?
Thoughts on single-sex gyms/fitness spaces? I'll let you go first on
I don't know. I'm kind of like torn. I think ultimately, like, I can understand why they're a thing, because at the end of the day, like, there is a mass intimidation factor that comes into the gym.
Yeah.
Like, even as someone who's actively been in the gym for 10 plus years, I still get intimidated going to new gyms because it's like a new environment. It's obviously deemed a testosterone corner, and I think I can imagine that for women that could be worse if you go to like a very male dominant gym. But then flip it around, it's like, does that help the problem? Does it?
I don't know.
Does it enhance
and does it just
the problem?
but I also think like I hate the idea of like separating the sexes.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely believe that like if I go to the gym and get on with someone, it doesn't matter if they're a guy or
I agree.
a girl or anything. And I would hate that if you introduced that, it would mean that you couldn't build those relationships.
Yeah.
Because like some of the best friendships can be built at a gym. But I also understand that some women just feel super anxious going into a gym, and that can sometimes be because especially the weight area can be predominantly male.
I think the thing is, I can understand it from both perspectives in the sense of like, you know why it's a thing, but you can also understand how, like I said, it could enhance the issue.
Yeah.
But because of my social position being a man, I feel like I don't really have a right to comment on it because I'm not subject to a lot of the issues that women may be facing. So I can obviously speak out from a male perspective, trying to empathise with women, be like, I can imagine this. But because I don't actually know, I think actually experience is far better for understanding.
Yeah.
So because I don't actually know, I can't really comment.
Yeah, so they're like, as a woman, there are a lot of things that are super uncomfortable. Like, you'll take off your jumper, you'll be in your sports bra and leggings because you're so hot. And there may be occasions where you'll get a look. But there's also, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt of like, I'm maybe the only woman in the weight area. I've done like a big movement, so you're like just looking around. Like, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt of like, you're not a creep. Like, not every man is a creep, and let's stop putting that stereotype on them. But because there's such a small percentage that are doing that, it's very difficult for people to give people the benefit of the doubt. Because I've probably only had a handful of occasions where I felt uncomfortable, but even the fact that I've had that is pretty rough. But I don't think I'd want like a separate space for just women because of that, because it's just such a small amount of time it's happened that I've just tried to get on with it and just be like, kind of feel sorry for you if this is what you enjoy doing at the gym. Like,
I think like in an ideal world, rather than separating, you'd fix the problem of like maybe teaching men to behave a bit more appropriately, but we know that's not necessarily a viable option. Because some people aren't going to listen.
Bring them up. Yeah.
That's the thing, like some people just don't listen, which is unfortunate. And like an ideal world, if it were that simple, then so many of the gender issues that do occur wouldn't be issues anymore. This is much more of a you topic because you're subject to more of the issues that are being presented.
Yeah. So I think like for me, I'd be like, introduce it and let it be and see if women feel more comfortable in that space. But I don't think it should be a thing like every gym has.
Maybe like an optional one.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like there is one, but you don't have to use it, sort of thing.
Exactly.
The mile gym used to have one of those. It had like a women's only upstairs bit, but it was very limited for equipment. There was no machines that had dumbbells up to 10 kilos. It's like, well, now you're kind of...
Yeah, that's kind of mocking.
It's like you're implying that women wouldn't lift other weights and wouldn't like be interested in squat racks and things like that. It's a bit like that is contributing to the issue because you're like isolating women to only be able to lift 10 kilos.
Yeah.
That's a good final question. I'm slipping off the sofa. I think, well, I don't know. How do you outro? Are you trying to look bigger?
I'm bigger than you. Oh, this top actually is really big, so it does kind of make me look bigger than I am.
You look yanked.
I look huge.
Yeah.
So if you enjoyed the video... Cool, I enjoyed that. That was fun.
That's fun. I enjoyed it.
If you enjoyed it, make sure to give us both a follow.
That's what you do. If you enjoyed it, like both of our videos, subscribe to both of the channels if you haven't already. And I know this probably applies to you, but so many people who watch your videos aren't subscribed.
Yeah, it sucks.
So honestly, when I'm speaking, you feel that kind of sinking feeling in your chest, like, oh, he's speaking to me. I'm dead ass speaking to you right now.
Mm-hmm. Also, do you know what I think people should do? Drop a comment with if you want to see us do another video and what we should do. So like maybe I could bench you, or maybe we should go ice skating. You decide.
Give us suggestions down below and let us know what you think, because if they're going to cause mass injury to me, then I'll definitely consider it.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks.